Here we're running a Lime Mini using CubicSDR version 2.3. That's the version that Brew installs on the Mac OS. We're running on MacOS Mojave with an 8-year-old MacBook Pro. And so currently we've got CubicSDR running at 4 megasamples a second. And it works quite nicely at 4 megasamples a second, the Lime Mini. And so let's try cranking her up to 5 megasamples a second. And at 5 megasamples a second, it just hangs. And in this case, it hangs because it runs out of computing power. That's all the computing power that this poor old MacBook Pro has. But SDR Glut actually does much better. Here we are on Ubuntu 18.4.04, and we're running CubicSDR version 0.2.5. And we're running a Lime Mini, and we have the Lime Mini currently cranked up to 4 megasamples a second. And it plays quite nicely. And then we crank it up to 5 megasamples a second. 5 megasamples a second. And it hangs. And so in this case, the CubicSDR version 0.2.5 will only go up to 5 megasamples a second with the Lime Mini. Okay, here we are on Windows 10, and we're running the Lime Mini with the CubicSDR version 0.2.5, and at the moment we've got it running at 2 megasamples a second, and so we'll play a little bit here. And it plays quite nicely at 2 megasamples a second. And now we'll go up to 3 megasamples a second. And it hangs. And that's what CubicSDR always does, is it hangs when you try to go to 3 megasamples a second on Windows 10 with the NetSDR. Not only that, it takes out the video recording program, so I had to do this with a GoPro. Here we're running the Lime Mini on a Pi 4 using CubicSDR version 0.2.5, and we're currently going at 2 megasamples a second, and so we'll
live your adventure on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance.
Play a little. It plays quite nicely, and now we'll try going up to 3 megasamples a second. And at 3 megasamples a second, it hangs. And that's what it does on the standard version of the Pi operating system, Raspbian. On the SDR Play version, it actually does much better. But on the standard release of the Pi operating system, Raspbian, it just hangs every time you try and go above 2 megasamples a second.